had no idea that Werewolves Within was based on a video game until I saw an Ubisoft logo at the start of this movie. I will say up front, this is easily the best video game movie, if you want to call it one, that I've ever seen, but that is an infamously low bar. Now, the story here involves a new federal forest ranger named Finn, played by Sam Richardson of Veep fame. He is arriving for duty in the small town of Beaverfield. The citizens of Beaverfield are at odds with each other. Half the town is for an oil pipeline going through their scenic community in order to sort of reap the monetary windfall that comes with that. The other half are environmentalists who are morally opposed to the destruction of the beauty of nature. Now, Finn meets a quirky post office employee named Cecily, played by Milana Weintraub, who is Lily from the AT&T commercials. And she's also recently arrived in Beaverfield and has found herself trapped in the middle of the weird people who populate the town. It's very Twin Peaks-esque in terms of the personalities of these individuals living here. There's this epic snowstorm that sort of cuts off the community. Finn discovers that the generators in the town have been destroyed by something that has clawed them, and a dead body creates suspicion amongst the townspeople. Will they band together to survive the storm, or are there werewolves within? Now, I am a sucker for murder mysteries, and this movie gave me that wrapped in light horror packaging. You're not going to see anything too wild or crazy in this. There's some minor gore, and it's mainly focused on the mystery of who is the monster here. Now, we know from the jump that there is a werewolf involved. It is in the title of the movie, of course. But a good murder mystery only works if you can't figure out who the monster is. This movie doesn't work. No spoilers, but it was pretty obvious to me from the first shot of a specific character that they were the werewolf. So it didn't work for me as a murder mystery at all, unfortunately. Now, the cast does put in good work, though. It's a fluffy, charming little movie. Harvey Guillen is in this, and I love seeing him and stuff outside of what we do in the shadows, where he plays Guillermo. But I don't think the film works as a comedy or as a horror film. It sort of exists in this weird space where you're having fun time watching it, and sort of being with these characters, but nothing that is happening is actually working on the level you feel it's supposed to be working at. Sort of like milquetoast is the word that comes to mind when I think of this movie, but it's not bad. I mean, I can see people enjoying this, just sort of putting it on and wanting something sort of cotton candy-esque. It feels good as you're watching it, but you immediately realize there's no there, and as soon as you consume it, it's gone. One thing I will note about this is werewolf movies are always judged by horror fans for the transformation sequence. Like, you got to get that right. If you have an awesome transformation sequence in a werewolf film, the movie around it can be given a pass. The Howling. This transformation, though, kind of shitty. It's just very boring, generic. It's not shot particularly well, and the ending is also kind of shitty. In fact, I'm literally doing this review 10 minutes after finishing the film, and I can't really remember exactly how it ended. Like I said, cotton candy. that's the definition of this movie, just a cotton candy film. So I'm going to give Werewolves Within a C-. Still the best video game movie I've ever seen, though.